let's go over some of the birth prep exercises. Some of you may not be in this phase of life, or maybe you currently are preparing, you're currently pregnant, or you get pregnant again in the future. So here are some different movements and stretches and exercises that you can do. You can refer to the handout as well. But I'll explain some, and you can perform them as many reps as you feel fit, as many rounds as you like. You can do them every single day. You can do them as part of a cool down. You still want to make sure that you're focusing on breathing. A lot of it's going to be mostly diaphragmatic breathing for relaxation, okay? So let's go ahead and go frog rocks with knees in, ankles out. So knees in, ankles out is this position here, and this is to help with opening different parts of the pelvis, okay? So frog rocks, I'm just breathing and coming here. It's kind of an awkward position. My hips are super tight. This actually helps open the bottom of the pelvis. So really good to do even in labor, but especially for preparation of labor. So those are frog rocks. You guys know your 90-90, really, really good hip movement, hip stretch to do, or your windshield wipers. And then your 90-90 is where you have 90 degrees in the back, 90 degrees in the front. You can play around with driving that back knee, elevating the foot, and then you can play around with moving without holding your hands on the ground, putting your hands on the ground. Supine knee fallout. So supine is when you are laying on your back, and so you can be here with your knees falling out, making sure you don't have too much extension in the low back. If you need to put something underneath the low back or a tailbone like a pillow or a blanket, you can. Making sure rib cage is down and in, and then you can focus on breathing and relaxing. You can always move side to side. My hips are very tight, so they're very far from the ground, as you can see. I need to give more love to my glutes and my hips. So that's the supine knees fall out. Deep squat rocks with thoracic mobility. So you can, just like in the videos that I shared with you, you can be in your malasana with a yoga block between or on the bottom, right, so that you're sitting on it. Or if you have the mobility, then we can be here as long as we can relax that pelvic floor, right? We're not contracting it. So I'm pushing the knees out, I'm breathing. It'd probably be easier, a good place to start by sitting on a yoga block. So you could do one yoga block, you can change the height of the yoga block, or you can do more than one yoga block. And then I can add in some thoracic mobility. Now, when you're pregnant, especially towards the end, it may be easier to hold on to something and then you doing one arm at a time, okay? Bird dog ball presses. Your bird dog ball presses are going to include a Pilates ball, and you're going to be in that bird dog position. So it's going to be opposite arm, hand on the ball, opposite leg. And so you're going to inhale, and you can start with your knee on the ground. Inhale. Exhale as you extend the leg and push into the ball. Lots of core stability. So this is something that can even be part of your workouts. If you wanted to separate this movement from like your more relaxation, but this will be really good to help activate the core and stability and strength. Some other movements: side lying ball hip abduction. So adduction is where you're adding the legs together. You're working the inner thighs, the adductors, adding to the body. Your abduction are going to be the outside of your legs, okay? And so it's really just taking the leg away from the body. So if we have side laying ball hip abduction, we're laying on our side here. I can come all the way down if I like. I can be supportive, whatever works. And then I can inhale, push down into the ball as I abduct, lifting the leg. good core exercise as well, okay? Bear hover with ball adduction. So you're adding the ball, right? So you're putting the ball between the knees. You're holding that bear. So this is where it will require stability breath. And again, if you're not preparing for labor and delivery, you're postpartum, these are still really good movements to add in. And so it's an isometric hold. My core is on fire right now, okay? So that is your bear hover with ball adduction. Now, I don't have a yoga block with me, so we'll pretend like this is a yoga block. But your hip shifts are really, really good to do in preparation for labor and for delivery. So pretend this is a block and it's elevated, okay? So your hip shift is going to be with one knee on the yoga block, the other on the ground, and you're going to shift your weight onto that yoga block. Shift the weight. And you can move with your breath. So you can inhale, exhale, as you shift, okay? That one is really good for the hips and for the pelvis too. So I think that's pretty much most of the exercises, not all of them, because some of them you already know how to do, and some of them we've already gone over. So again, this can be in preparation for labor and delivery, but it can also be at any point in your pregnancy and postpartum journey, because they're great stretches and great exercises to perform.